06, 05, 04, 03, 02, 01, 2000, 1999, 98, 97, 96, 95, 94, 93, 92, 91, 90. I mean, you had all them years. What's going to make you different in 07? I mean, if you didn't do anything in all those other years, what's going to happen with the change of a day, the change of a year? That's going to, my brothers and sisters, make you so different than before. Because if we are honest, most of us had resolutions those years. Some of you too young to think about 1990, so I know, but come on up to your year. Maybe your year is 95, maybe your year is 98, maybe your year is 2000, but come on up with me. Somewhere along the line, you promised God, Lord, if you get me out of this situation, I promise you. Lord, if you heal me from this sickness, I promise you. Lord, if you don't let them turn my gas and lights off this time, Lord, I promise you. Lord, if you don't let them take my house this time, I promise you. Lord, I'm tired of hiding my car out so they won't repossess. If you just let me get my note, I'm talking to somebody. Get my note paid. I wish I could go with my friend and take it out the garage. I can't take it on the street because it's 3 months behind, and I know they got somebody out looking for it. Lord, if you would just give me one more chance. If you had to give God a list, God asked you, okay, tell me why you deserve another chance, and what would you put on your list? Some of you list, if you be honest, you said, Lord, I slept in church last year, but I'm going to wake up in 07. Or some of you may say, Lord, I showed up, but I never grew up. Because we had a lot of adult children, in Christianity. You can tell that by their attitudes and how quickly they throw tantrums. There are a lot of spoiled brats in God's kingdom. Last month we began a new year, but why do you deserve to see a new one? And if we are honest with ourselves, we would admit we don't deserve this day. I mean, this one, not last week. This day, today. I mean, you think God ought to give it to you just on GP, just on general principles. Some of you, Lord, you let other sinners, you let them live, you all let me live too. I mean, is that how you look at it? Look at this passage, look at it, because I think a lot of times, a lot of us have some untrue images and perceptions about our own productivity. God did not put you in this vineyard to watch, to observe, to speculate. He put you here to participate, to make your contribution. And I need you to understand, regardless of how many people's in here this morning, nobody in here can make your contribution. They can make theirs, but not yours. How do we get you to make your contribution? That's an old saying that I continue to hold on to because it's so true. And that is, if you're not a part of the solution, then you're automatically a part of the problem. Ain't no in between. In other words, my brothers and sisters, if you are not helping to solve the problem, then you are then helping to create the problem. And there are many people who feel they don't want to be involved in either, and so you hear them claim to be neutral. Well, I don't know about the rest of them. I ain't on nobody's side. Well, that ain't saying much, because you ought to be on the Lord's side. And the main thing is to have God on your side, honey, because his word is, if I'm for you, I'm more than the whole world against you. And I think we should really look at this passage to see its relationship to all of us. And I'm in that us too crowd, all of us in 2007. Look at this thing again with me real closely. A certain man had a fig tree planted in his vineyard, and he came and sought fruit thereof and found none. Now, what I have to do today is to get you to look at yourself, and I know that that's going to be difficult because I know you think you are handsome and you're fine and you're beautiful, but I need you to see yourself as a tree in the master's vineyard. Now, I know for some of you that's hard to do, but I really need you to try. I need you to think of yourself as a tree, and let's just say that this church family called Second Chapel Hill is the vineyard. And in the vineyard, every one of us represented is a tree. You're a tree, I'm a tree, but we are trees with responsibility. Now remember, you're not a tree by the side of the road, so you're expected to give more than some shade by the side of the road. You are a tree, but not a tree out in the wilderness, just shedding leaves in the fall and growing new leaves in the spring. This is a vineyard. This is an orchard. And in an orchard or vineyard, trees are there for one reason only. Not for their beauty or blossoms, and they're beautiful, but not for their limbs, not for their strong roots. Trees are in the vineyard for the purposes of bearing fruit. Now, you are in Second Chapel Hill's vineyard, and my first question is, what kind of fruit tree are you? Now, I hear somebody saying now, oh, Rev, now you taking that scripture out of context. Well, I don't agree with you, because on another occasion, when Christ gave us a criterion for making assessments of productivity, he said a tree is known by the fruit it bears. So don't write me off as being crazy because I'm asking you to see yourself as a tree, because Jesus used that example before me. Yes, he did. He did it before me. And my first question again is, what kind of fruit tree are you? If God came to your tree in the vineyard, your life, your Christian involvement, and wanted to pluck something from your tree, what could he pick? Is all you will be able to contribute be a declaration of longevity? Lord, I've been in the vineyard a long time. I've been in this ground 25 years. Is that all you'll be able to offer him? The fruit of your seniority? You need to think about it now. A few days after a new year has begun, because that's what happened in this passage. He portrays himself as the owner of the vineyard, and he is the owner of this vineyard. And if you're absorbing his truth, reading his word, hearing from his man with his revelation, with his illumination, then you have an assignment to produce some fruit. You are in the vineyard, and you are using up the stuff that trees are supposed to get to grow. And what I want to note up to your tree this Sunday of this year, and looked at your branches and wanted to pluck some fruit, what would you be able to offer him as fruit from your tree? I'm talking about from your tree, because that's what God's going to judge you on eventually. He's going to judge you on you. And he only holds you responsible for you